Hi everyone, you welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. On today's video, we'll be drafting and cutting this built-up neckline with hourglass shape at the waist area. If this is your first time on the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with your soul friends. So guys, let's jump right to it. Thank you. So to cut this beautiful collar, the first thing I did, I left 2.5 inches for my collar allowance. Then I came in by 1 inches for the center front. Now the first thing we have to do is to get the width of the neckline. For this blouse, we're making use of the standard neckline, which is 3 by 3. The width of the neckline will be 3 inches and the depth will also be 3 inches. Now connect my necklines together. Now the next I have to do is to get the shoulder measurement. For the shoulder, I'm working with 14 inches. 14 divided by 2 will give me 7 inches, and I'll add half inches for ease. So these half inches for that. Then I'll come down by 1 inches for the shoulder slant. I'll connect this 1 inches to the width of the neckline. I'm done connecting the 1 inches to the width of the neckline. Now the next we have to do is to get the chest line. To get your chest line, you divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. The bust I'm working with is 44. 44 divided by 6 plus 1.5 give me 8.5. So from this 1 inches I came down here, I'll put down 8.5 for my chest line. Then I will check what I have all the way. I have 9.5. I'll bring that 9.5 here also and mark. So after doing this, now here I'll write down chest line. After getting the chest line, now the next we have to do is to get the shoulder to waist. From shoulder to waist, I have 21. Shoulder to waist, 21. Shoulder to bust point, we have 12 inches. Then shoulder to under bust, 16 inches. So here I will connect these lines together. Now I'm done connecting the lines together. Here we have bust points, under bust, the waist, and the top length, which is the hip. So that is it. Now after doing this, now we have to bring down the shoulder measurement down to the chest line. So the shoulder I'm working with is 7.5. Here I'll put down 7.5. So now connect this with a straight line. So now the next I have to do is to divide this straight line I have here. I have 8.5. 8.5 divided by 2 will give me 4.25. So here I'll come down by 4.25. Then I'll come in by half inches. From this 1 inches we came down here, I'll connect with a straight line like this. Then I'll finish up with my French curve. So now after doing this, now the next we have to do is to get the nipple to nipple point. For my nipple to nipple point, I'm making use of 4.5. On the bust point here, I'll come down by 4.5. I will do this to the top length, 4.5. So now on the bust point line, I'll come down by 1 inches. My dart is not getting to the bust point. Then on my waist, I will open my dart by 0.75 because I'm drafting for a plus size. So when you use 0.75, you match the waist very well when you're drafting for a plus size. But when you're drafting for a smaller size, you make use of half inches. Now connect this 0.75 I have here to the 1 inches I came down from the bust point. I will come on this top length here and mark 0.25 like this. Here also 0.25. After connecting the dart legs together, the next we have to do is to drop down the bust measurement on the chest line. The bust I'm working with is 44. 44 divided by 4 will give me 11 inches. So here I'll put down 11 inches. Then on my waist, I'll divide the waist by 4. The waist I'm working with is 39. 39 divided by 4 will give me 9.75. So on my waist here, I'll put down 9.75. Now check what I have for that intake. I have 1.5. I'll put down the 1.5 back here. That's my new waist. Then on the hip, which is the top length, I'll divide my hip by 4. The hip I'm working with is 45. 45 divided by 4 will give me 11.5. So on my top length, I'll put down 11.5 here. Then I will check what I have here. Now we take in, we have half inches. I'll put down that half inches back here. For the star line the blouse have, I'll be making use of 2 inches for the star line. But what I have left here is not up to 2 inches. So I'll use 1.75. But I will advise you use 2 inches for that. So now connect from bust to waist. This way then. Waist to hip. Then I'll connect that star line back this way. So the waist. After getting the star line, I came up by 1.5 so the star line can show very well. So now by the time we do 1.5 for the blouse shaping here, we have 1.5 for blouse shaping, and you can see I still have my 2 inches for the star line of the top. So now I came up by 1.5 on the side front. On the center front also, I'll come down by 1.5. So now connect this with my French curve. Now bring down the dots to this 1.5 we came down here. And we'll open this up also by 0.25. I'm done with the hem of the blouse. Now the next we have to do is to work on the bust point area. Now we have to create the difference between the bust, the front and the back, which is the bust dart. So now for the bust dart, I'll come down from the bust point by 2 inches and I'll connect it back to my nipple to nipple point. Now the next we have to do is to tighten the underbust. The underbust I'm working with is 37. So 37 divided by 4 will give me 9.25. So this is 9.25 here. Now I'll check what I have left. I have 2 inches. On this first dart leg here, I'll come in by half inches on this dart leg here. Half inches. Then on this other dart leg here, I'll put the remaining 1.5 inches here. So now the first we have to do is to connect this back to the nipple to nipple point this way. Then I'll turn the cuff to this other side and do the same thing. Connect it back to the dart leg. Now connect this 1.5 inches I have here to the waist like this. Then this other side also, the half inches we have here, I'll do the same thing down. So now we're almost done. The next we have to do is to work on the princess darts. So now for my princess darts, I will just make use of my French curve. You know, we've already divided our armhole here. I'll place it this way and connect back to my nipple to nipple. So now come out by half inches. Come out by half inches. Now connect this back to the armhole. So here we are done with this. Now let's work on the neckline. So for the neckline, a built-up neckline, I'll come in by half inches on the neckline here. We have 3.5 there. I'll come in from this width of the neckline by half inches. And on the shoulder here, I'll come out by 0.25. And I'll check what I have on this center front. I have 2.5. For the height of my collar, I'll come up by 2 inches from the shoulder line we have here, 2 inches, and mark. Now connect with a straight line here. After connecting with a straight line, the next we have to do is to come up from the depth of the neckline by 2 inches. So now the next I have to do is to come in by half inches. This way I came in by half inches. Now connect to this 2 inches mark we have here, like this. You can see the way I drop my French curve, 0.25 down to this line I have here, like this. This half inches I came in, that's where I connect the 0.25 down here. My shoulder line, I'll come down by 8 inches. This is the depth of the neckline. Then on this mark we have here, on the neckline here, I'll come up by 0.75 and I'll mark. So now connect this 0.75 down to this 8 inches mark we have here for the neckline, this way. Okay, so now this is the front neckline. You can see how it looks. Now we'll keep this aside and we'll draft the back pattern. You come in by 1 inches for zipper allowance, and you come down for your collar by 3 inches. That's what I did. Now the next we have to do is to get the shoulder measurement. For my shoulder, I'm using 7.5. This 7.5 here. Then on the neck width, I will make use of 3 inches for neck width. Then I'll come down by 1 inches for the neck depth. Now connect this line together. Now I'll come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slant. I'll connect this to the width of the neckline. So after connecting that, the next we have to do is to get the chest line. For my chest line, I made use of 8.5. You will divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. You get your chest line. Then the next we have to do now is to get the shoulder to waist. You know, we're drafting the back pattern. For shoulder to waist, I'll make use of 19 inches shoulder to waist. Then the next we have to do is to get from shoulder to the back length, which is 25 inches. For the front length, we made use of 27, while the back we make use of 25 inches. So now connect these lines together. I'm done connecting the lines together. It's always good to label your pattern. I'll put down chest line here. This is my waist. Then the top length. So on the chest line, I'll bring down my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5 inches. So I'll connect with a straight line. Now divide this chest line by 2. I will have 4.25. So here I'll come down by 4.25. And I'll come in by half inches. So now I'll connect from this 1 inches mark to this half inches I came in. And I'll finish up with my French curve. So now the next I have to do is to pull down the nipple to nipple points. So on my chest line, I'll put down 4.5. On the waist, I'll put down 4.5. And on the top length, I'll put down 4.5. So now I'll connect these lines together. Then on the hem of the top, I will just mark 0.25 so it will be straight from down. So the hem of the top will not look funny. That's why I came in by 0.25. Now connect 0.75 to this 0.25 on the hem of the blouse. And I'll do the same thing also on this other side. On the chest line, I will come down by 1 inches. My dart is not getting to the chest line. And I'll connect. On the waist, I'll come in by half inches. This, we use it to shape the back bulge, so our zip will not get bulge at the back. On the top length, I'll come up by 2 inches. Then, on the depth of my neckline, I'll come down by 3 inches. On my chest line, I'll divide my bust by 4. The bust I'm working with is 44. 44 divided by 4 will give me 11 inches. On the chest line here, I'll put down 11 inches. You can see where I put down my 11 inches after the shaping of my back bulge. Then on the waist, I'll divide the waist by 4. The waist I'm working with is 39. 39 divided by 4 will give me 9.75. Then from this half inches, that's where I'll put my 9.75 here and mark. Then I'll add 1.5 inches to seam allowance. Then I will check what I have on the dart. I have 1.5 for the dart. I will add it back. Then on the top length, I'll put down my hip. The hip I'm working with is 45. 45 divided by 4 will give me 11.5. I'll put down 11.5 here. Then I'll check what I have here. I have half inches. I'll put down the half inches back. So now I'll connect these lines together. So you connect from bust to waist and from waist to hip. Then to shaping the hem of your blouse on the side back, you come up by 1.5, and on the center back you come down by 1.5. So now connect this way. That star line this blouse have on the hem of the blouse, you come out from your hip line here by, what do we have here? We have 1.75, but you can make use of 2 inches. So here I did 1.75. So now connect back to my waistline. To get that style line at the side of the blouse, the first thing you do, you come up by 1.5 inches to shaping your blouse. Then on your center back, you come down by 1.5 inches also this way. Then now the next we have to do now is to come out on your this 1.5 inches we mark here by 2 inches, but I'll be making use of 1.75 and mark. So now we use my curve ruler to get the star line at the side of the blouse this way. Then on the hem of the blouse, you just shape it this way, your 1.5 at the side to the 1.5 at the center front. Okay, you can see how it looks now. After shaping the hem of your blouse, the next we have to do is to mark the zipper allowance. From this half inches we came in for zipper bulge, I will mark my seam allowance for the zip, which is 1 inches. I'll mark it all the way to the up of the blouse. I'm done marking out my zipper allowance. I will label here zipper allowance. And now the next we have to do, you bring down your dart line to this 1.5 we came down. So now the next we have to do is to get the princess dart for the back. For your princess dart, you make use of your French curve this way. Then you come up by half inches. This is my half inches mark here. So I'll just connect this down to the new armhole for the princess dart. Now let's work on the neckline. So for the back neckline, we come in by half inches from the neck width. Then on this shoulder here, I'll come out by 0.25 on the shoulder. You can see I came in by half inches here and I came out by 0.25 here. Then now the length of my collar, I want the length of my collar to be 2 inches. I'll come up by 2 inches and give this a straight line. This is it. Then I will come here also on this side and mark 2 inches the length of my collar. Then I'll just pull a straight line this way. From this 2 inches mark we came here, I will come down by half inches here, and I will just connect this back this way. This is the neckline. Then I will use my French curve to just do this way, the way we do it on the front neckline. Okay, this is it. Now measure what I have on the neckline. I have 6.75. Then I'll check what I have also on the front neckline. So now I'll check what I have on the front also. I have 6.75. Now I'll cut out the back pattern. Then we'll cut out the front pattern also. I'm done cutting the center front from the side front. Now I want to show you something. Don't forget to blend your side after folding your bust dart, the way I do mine like this. Okay, so now I'll continue cutting. I'm done cutting the patterns. You can see I've labeled my pattern. This is the center front, side back, center back. Now I'll cut this on my fabric and show you what to do next. I'm through with the cutting of the pattern on my fabric. This is the side back. On my side back, I add 1 inch for seam allowance, and on this side I will join the side back to the center back. I added ½ inch for joining allowance. So this is the side back, and this is my center front. For the center front, I added ½ inch also for joining allowance that will join the center front to the side front. And on my side front, I add 1 inch for seam allowance. Now I'll keep this aside. So now I'll be dropping the sewing video soon. Please do well to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video with your sew friends. See you guys on my next video. God bless you.